Have you ever wondered what it's like to actually live in Green Bay? Well, in this video, I'm going to go through some commonly asked questions that I found throughout the internet, on Reddit, and a couple other forums that I think are hilarious for some decent questions to answer. So with that being said, let's get started. So here's the first question. Do Packer games count as going out in Green Bay? Like hitting Lambeau Field is basically the nightlife, right? Yes and no. Here in Green Bay, we do have bars. We do have some nightlife. Caveat, some nightlife. It's not big and extravagant like in larger cities. Like we have city of Milwaukee, Madison. Nowhere near those. But we do have a couple bars here and there, and it's kind of like a loaded question because a lot of the really popular bars are all within the Titletown district, right by Lambeau Field. So, of course, if you're going to go out, it's a great place to go because one, you got the foot traffic of people going to the Packer game. Then you got all these bars all around. It's honestly a pretty cool spot to be at. But yeah, that's that. If I move here, do I need to become a cheesehead? Like with the foam hat? What if I don't like cheese? Do I get a waiver? No. No waivers for you. No, I'm kidding, guys. You don't have to like cheese, to move here. I mean, I'm not that big of a fan of cheese. So, some people might be a little concerned for me when I say this. Not concerned, but a little shocked. I have never really had cheese curds, ever. I think I only had it maybe one time, and I was at work. But fresh cheese curds, nope, never had it. Had cheese curds one time, and honestly, to me, they weren't that great.
Hey, fella, please, get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Don't hang me, okay? But how cold does it have to get for people to call in sick just because of the wind chill? So I know I made a video a couple months back, and it's somewhere on this channel, about how cold it can get here. So the wind chill, I mean, when it gets really cold, I guess I can't really always tell with the wind chill or not. But most of the time, it could be, the only time I ever really see work getting affected for the general population when it comes to cold is once we're below zero.
Huh?
But if you're in the 30s, in the 20s, bro, you better get your jacket on and get your butt to work. Because that wind chill ain't about to save you, man. It's not. It is what it is. Do people paddle around the city in ice puddles during spring thaw? I don't typically see that. You're definitely not going to catch me paddling around in spring or in the spring thaw. I start doing kayaking and all that kind of stuff in the middle of summer. You ain't going to catch me doing that. If there are people doing it, that's cool. Kind of like that YouTube channel Outdoor Boys. If you guys have ever seen or into that kind of thing of like outdoor camping and all that kind of stuff, how they'll go and paddle through water in Alaska, never. That can never be me. No, just absolutely not. Like, it gets cold enough. I don't need to really experience going into the water. Even though this is a little tangent, there is every year this thing called the polar plunge, where people will willingly go dunk into ice cold water, whether in the bathing suit. They make it a whole event, and it's kind of cool. But no, man, that's not for me. That's not for me. How many layers do you wear when it's just 20 degrees out? When it's 20 degrees out, I mean, I'm still gonna wear probably a jacket with a sweater under it, me personally. Some people might wear more. It's a real drastic change, though, from like, say, 30 degrees to 20 degrees. And from 20 degrees to 10 degrees, you really feel that difference. You really feel like it's no longer just cold. It's just like even it's like a different air pressure too when it gets that cold. You know, it's really bizarre, and you know it as soon as you step out. You're like, oh yeah, we're at 20 or under right now. I mean, the positive for it, I love to use the weather as an outdoor fridge. I'll get like a little one of those laundry baskets on wheels, load it up with a bunch of drinks, and just set it outside. Keep an eye on it, because if it gets too cold, they'll all start popping and exploding from expanding because they froze. Do snow plows ever get into a battle royale trying to clear driveways? No. Absolutely not. I mean, they'll get up real early after a snowstorm, you know, and start plowing, but sometimes you might not see any plowing happen for a couple hours, which sucks, especially if it's on a weekend or something like that. If you're on the highway, especially once you start crossing into another county, whether you're going down 43 and crossing into Manitowoc County, or going down 41 and crossing into Outagamie County, that little gap from which what county covers what space on the highway is usually the crappiest. And you notice it immediately. Like, oh, it was decently clear, and now it's not, and I'm almost slipping off the road. Every single year, a lot of people, like, it happens every winter. Every single winter. As soon as the first snowfall hits, you're gonna have like 10, 20 cars in the ditches. It happens every single year. Is it illegal to talk bad about dairy in Green Bay? No, but you do see a lot of cows come by Green Bay, literally. And it's not always for a good thing, because we do have some meat processing plants here. So you can kind of figure where those cows are going to. Do NFL players ever just do normal errands, grocery, gas, or get high-fived or ignored? They do. I don't typically see them often. Some people do. You know, once in a while you might run into them. I think a lot of times they might actually have people who do the grocery shopping for them. But a lot of times you just might run into them at the store, out and about, and they're just normal people like you and I are. You know, if you recognize them, cool. Maybe they'll be willing to take a picture. Maybe they won't be. But, I mean, they're pretty normal people to me. When the Packers lose, do people in Green Bay pretend they're from somewhere else temporarily? No, they don't. Something cool that I've noticed, because I'm originally from Massachusetts. I grew up a Patriots fan. They're very good, very kind type of fan base. I mean, you always got your crazies in any fan base of any sport, and you got a few of those. But for the majority of people, they don't get too crazy. Even though I have a really dark public safety joke when it comes to whenever the Milwaukee Brewers lose or the Green Bay Packers lose. And those of you who are in public safety, you kind of might know where I'm going with this, that there's certain events that happen whenever they lose. We're just gonna skip right past that like I never even said it. Is winter a community event? Like, does everyone just collectively complain outside? No, actually, a lot of people kind of like it. What is a community event, and I just mentioned it before, is like everybody driving into the ditch when they ride on the highway because they forgot how to drive in snow. That happens every single year without fail. Without fail, and it's ridiculous. And the last one. If someone says, I'm just going to watch the game, do they always end up at a tailgate? Not always, but if you do, that's kind of cool, because the tailgates here, they're pretty friendly, you know, and I'm sure it's like that in a lot of other places, but my experience with the tailgates here, you know, people are willing to, you know, let you take a shot of something or play games with them. Sometimes they're willing to offer you food. outside Lambeau Field has really developed over the years, especially for tailgating. Like, they've really ramped things up and designed it well to accommodate a lot of tailgating to happen. So honestly, if you end up at the tailgate, it's almost like you're going out, like one of the first questions, because you got all the bars right there too. And a large perimeter, and I'm going to have to do a walking tour of the Titletown District and Lambeau Field over there in Schwabenon, just to show you the majority of that area is completely closed off to vehicle traffic during home games, and it's a pretty awesome place to be, especially during the season for football. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was entertaining. Make sure you stay tuned for my next videos that come out. Make sure you like the video. That way more people can get to see it. And with that being said, I will see you guys on the next one.